Well folks, welcome back to workshop. Tonight we've actually got a wee repair to do on this here Nebo air assist. She is stuck on charging mode even though she is not plugged into anything. She won't come out of the screen and she won't do anything else. She's basically bricked herself and she's been slowly running down from 100%. She's down now at 27 and she will not take a charge. You can't charge it, you can't switch it off, you can't do anything with it. She's basically just bricked herself. Sadly, I've actually seen this before. I done a video on this here about a year ago, that and the power socket one as well. Nice actual battery packs, while handy for the car because they have a tire inflator on it as well. There's a wee air compressor built into this, as well as being just a big battery pack and a jump starter for the car. Great idea. The power socket one actually takes a 240 volt socket as well, so you can use it for powering like a laptop or something. Great idea to have in the car as a backup, but sadly these didn't work out longevity wise. The power adapter one developed the exact same problem too, and I had to open it and get it to do a hard reset basically, and I have to do the same thing on this one. So if you have one of these here Nebo air assists, this is how you get it out of this here stuck screen where it's not doing anything at all. She says charging but not doing nothing. You have to open it up sadly and disconnect the actual battery pack to do a hard reset. So that's what we're going to do this evening. Now these are a great idea, but sadly they just didn't work out longevity wise. Pull off this here little rubber strip. It's just a wee rubber grip for the bottom, and you'll find a bunch of screws to take all these here out. Good enough pack, but the battery pack in them wasn't the biggest. Now in fairness to Nebo, they must have actually taken out a new pack as well, because they asked me a few months, well probably 6 or 7 months ago now, they asked me if I wanted to do another wee video on them because there were a whole new range of stuff coming out. But after the first one bricked itself, I didn't want to go near them anymore. Or I didn't want to review it. I lost faith in it, so I didn't actually do any more collaborations with them. I still like Nebo stuff, but this sort of put me off them. If you're looking for a good battery pack for not bad money, I also tested out the Top Down one and the Golo. The Top Down is a very good pack, but the jumper leads probably just aren't as heavy. The Golo is fantastic, I have to say. I have it in my wee car all the time. It's only a wee 30 Yaris. As I've said before in other videos, there's an earth leak in my car and it keeps draining the battery. So I keep having to jump it maybe once a week or every 2 weeks or something. And that Golo pack has jumped my wee car several times over. I'd say I'd get about at least 6 or 7, maybe 8 jumps out of one charged battery pack. Great wee battery pack, good wee clamps on it, nice size unit, not a bad price. But the Top Down one is also very good. That's also never let me down. This one sadly has, and it's not to say it has done very much work. And the battery pack in it isn't just the biggest. It's good to have in the car as a backup. Like, it does do the job and it does pump up a tire, but the weak air compressor on it is also very, very slow. Good for a jam, but that's about it. So pull all these ones out as well. This is all just so you can get into the inside of her. Onto this, as you can see, there ain't exactly much in it. A lot of boards in it, wee small compressor unit, and then your battery pack then. So it's a 55 watt hour battery pack. It's all just made up of 18650 cells, I would imagine. I'm not going to go open it up. A wee bit of heat out of that somewhere. But what we have to do is we have to disconnect the battery. As you can see, there's big heavy leads going on up here. That'll be for your jumper pack. So you have 2 heavy leads going to here. So you put on 2 big alligator clamps that goes onto your car battery, and you hit jump and it puts massive amounts of amps onto this here. But it's only 12 volts, so it allows you to jump start your car. Very good system for it. But you really need a bigger battery pack, especially the AC outlet one. You can run, I used it for the router whenever the power was out, just to keep the broadband going. Grand for that, but I'd say you only get a couple of hours use. Like if a lamp or something, you're plugging that on, even an LED bulb, a few hours you're going to run it for, nothing major. Right. What did I disconnect the last now? This here. Is it that there? No, this is for your motor here. For your wee compressor. It's actually quite heavy leads for that. I suppose it would need to be. because when she gets up to high pressure she will be under extra load. I think this is a little bit different from the AC one with the 240 volt outlet. It's similar, but it's just a little bit different. Can't remember if I disconnected the board or disconnected the battery. Pretty sure I disconnected this board, but I don't think I can do that in this one because she's hardwired onto this board here. Now do be careful of this because obviously if you make a mistake, you have a lot of voltage in this. You really don't want to mess around with it. And you don't want to stick anything metal into this either. You don't want to stick anything metal in, but sometimes you don't have a choice. Do we latch on that, I think? Yeah. Starting to go. Push the latch in on my finger and use the screwdriver to pull out the connector. So that's your battery pack leads. So that kills your board. So this is all disconnected now. Basically just doing a hard reset. Turn off the power and switching it back on again and see if it resets itself. So leave us disconnected for a few seconds and it should go back in. So these are actually all separate. It's not just one lead going in. There'll be several leads. So it's what, 3 or 4 groups of cells going onto this here board. So they'll all be joined together then for the jumper, or just separate to actually run these here boards if you're just using the USBs or that. So then, once it's been left for a little while, carefully reconnect this. If you're doing this at home and you make a mistake, you'll know about it fairly quick because she'll go up and smoke fairly fast. So that should be it. Back to normal. 27%. Charging's gone. And it should switch everything else back on. So that's your jump start. That's your main power. That's your recompressor. That's just changing your units and your values. That's it. Up and running again. Just a hard reset, that's all it needs. And we'll then actually switch back off again. Hopefully. There we go. Stick her back together again. And she'll love to fight another day. At least I'll get it charged up again now. Just for the winter time in case we need it. Actually, the only reason I took this out was to hook up some Christmas lights, some USB powered Christmas lights that is in a bit of an awkward area, and we're just going to power them with this because this will actually run them for a few days. It's not going to run them. I can't charge this up. At least now I can. Screws under here to get off the front cover, and you get off this back cover to get to them screws. Not a bad unit, apart from when it does this. But the only other downside is just the battery pack ain't as big as you'd think with the size of the unit. She's good in a pinch when you need it. I suppose these things you're not really relying on them. They're not being used until you need them. If you've got a flat, you can pump them up. You have to jump the car, you have the power to actually jump it. Apart from that, you're not doing much else with it, apart from maybe charging other devices. But like I said, I did take out a new range of these. Haven't tried the new ones. I didn't want to take them on or do a collaboration after the first one stopped working. But hopefully the newer ones are a little bit better. Or at least a bigger battery pack in them anyway. Now, I don't know if just leaving that to discharge itself, leaving that screen on until it eventually goes completely dead and dies itself. I don't know if that would reset it, or if that would actually just completely brick the whole device and drain the cells down so much it would never take a charge again. Didn't want to take the chance. I would rather just get it working now. This wee rubber just sticks on a double-sided tape. That's just the bottom of it to secure it so it doesn't shift about. But that's it, folks. That is the Nebo Air Assist. That's how you get it up and running again if you ever get it stuck on the screen, the charging screen mode, and you can't get it to do anything. Disassemble it, take out that there connector for the battery lead. That'll kill it. Do a hard reset and just put it all back together again, and that should get it back to normal. So now we should be able to plug in a USB and get it charging. There we go. Screen on, charging properly. Hopefully if it is connected again, there we go. It does go off. So that's it, folks. That's how you fix up your Nebo Air Assist if it ever does that on you. Strip it, disconnect the power, rebuild it again, and that should do a hard reset. But not something you really want to be doing. I would say Nebo knew about this, and that's why they probably took out the new range, or they upgraded it. But that's how you fix it if the old one ever does that there.